up are some stories making the headlines today. The acting General Secretary of the opposition New Patriotic Party, GHOne, has revealed that the party's much-anticipated manifesto for the December elections will be unveiled on October 8, 2016. Mr. Boadu made the revelations on Wednesday. He said the launch of the manifesto will be done in a grand style. Recently, the party said it will delay the release of its 2016 election manifesto to prevent plagiarization by the governing NDC. The NDC is also yet to launch its manifesto, having postponed an August 28th date to unveil the policy document due to unknown reasons. The party finally settled on September 17th. The two main political parties have always disagreed over the originators of one or two policies in the run-up to the elections. President John Mahama has promised to implement a progressively free tertiary education as the country grows in economic might. He has assured that as Ghana's GDP continues to grow, the NDC government, led by him, will continue to make tertiary education progressively free so that students pay less fees. He made the remark while addressing some students of the Cape Coast University as part of his 5-day campaign tour of the Central Region. According to Mr. Mahama, his government is consciously investing heavily in tertiary education in order to improve the quality of the graduates that are churned out of the schools. The promise by the president comes on the back of the controversy surrounding his government's implementation of the free secondary school education. Although the government has hailed the program as a success, the opposition argues that there is still an element of cost in secondary school education. Meanwhile, a directive from the Ghana Education Service has announced new fees for students yet to enter secondary school. While day students are expected to pay 460 Ghana cedis, boarders are required to pay 940 Ghana cedis in spite of the government policy in place. Government has announced a 10% increment in the daily minimum wage for workers. The increment announced Wednesday by the Minister of Employment and Labour Relations, Haruna Idrisu, pegs the current amount at 8 cedis 80 pesos from 8 Ghana cedis. The increase takes effect from January 2017. The increase was arrived at after a meeting of the National Tripartite Committee comprising of representatives from the Ghana Employers Association, the Trades Union Congress, other labor unions and the Ministry of Employment and Labour Relations. Mr. Idrisu, making the announcement, urged all companies and employers to take note of the increase and apply strictly by the increment. Government in January this year increased salaries of public sector workers by 10%. The increment came after several months of negotiations between members of the Tripartite Committee made up of government, the Employers Association and Labour, and the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission. And elsewhere on the continent, Zimbabwe's High Court has overturned a 2-week ban by police on demonstrations in the capital Harare. The challenge was brought by activists who are opposed to President Robert Mugabe and his government. They described the court's ruling as a brave judgment coming days after President Mugabe, 92, condemned a previous court ruling allowing a demonstration that turned violent. Zimbabwe has seen a wave of protests recently over the declining economy. On Wednesday, Zimbabwean High Court Judge Priscilla Chigumba ruled that the ban on protest was illegal. She said that the independence of the judiciary and the rule of law was important to democracy. President Mugabe at the weekend criticized a court which had given permission for an anti-government protest at the end of August. It turned violent when police ignored the court order and fired tear gas on the demonstrators. President Mugabe said the judges had showed a reckless disregard for peace and warned that they should not dare to be negligent when making future decisions. And in sports, Black Stars captain Asamoah Gyan scored the fourth and his first goal for Al Ahly against former club Al Ain in the group stage of the Etisalat Cup. Al Ahly were leading 3-0 when head coach Cosmin introduced Gyan in the 73rd minute. After just 6 minutes, he found the back of the net with an assist from Ribeiro to make it 4-0, but respectfully refraining from celebration against his old side.
ومش هيحتفل طبعا. الآن سامواه جيان والهدف الأول في مرمى الحبيب